Not long ago on a Sunday, we were working through the book of James, and we landed in James chapter 4, where in there James is talking about humbling ourselves before God, submitting ourselves to Him. James 4:8 says, "Draw near to God and He will draw near to you." We are going to submit. We are going to humble ourselves before God. As we went through this teaching, I encouraged people to consider in what ways they needed to yield, to humble themselves. I asked each of us to write on the back of the card a specific way that we could yield or submit to God. There's some things that we need to give, so that God would set them free from things like addiction or guilt, pain, loss, those kind of things. Saying, God, we yield to you, we humble ourselves to you. Where am I in bondage? Where am I being held back? Where am I in slavery? So at the end of the service, we wrote on the back of the cards and brought them to the front of the stage, where it was almost as if we were putting them on an altar, saying, God, these belong to you now. God, we yield to you, we humble ourselves to you. What we're doing here now is burning these cards. A very symbolic act for us. It also relates back to the Old Testament. God required His people to offer sacrifices, burnt offerings to Him. And there was a sense of the seriousness of sin and the seriousness of what they were doing, the loss of life that was equated with that sacrifice. But there's a sense in which that's what we're doing here, saying, God, this is what we are giving to you. And in burning these, it does a couple of things. It's a symbolic thing of, as the heat and the smoke rises up, it's saying, God, this is a prayer. This is what we're offering up to you. We yield to you. There's another sense in which, in burning these things, they become ash. They're gone. They're disintegrated. And so our past, our guilt, our shame, our addictions, our sin is being disintegrated. It's gone. It's given to God. So our sins, our past, our bondages become ash. In doing so, this can become almost an act of worship, saying, God, these are permanently gone. We lift these up. God, hear this as our prayer, as an act of worship to you.